talk to other people. There was actually a quote that I read from maybe a 7-year-old girl. It's like, what is love? It said, if you really want to learn to love, you should start with someone you hate. I really like that quote.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard for me because I'm living very much globally, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not living in my homeland, but at the same time, I really try to get rooted in the place where I go and where I stay. So there's something that can be brought back. You know, the communities I work with, for example, right now are undergoing a process of breakdown. You know, they're losing their common ritual life and they're moving from a more earlier self-sufficient to more cash crop production. And as all this is sort of breaking down the community, they want motorcycles, they want to compete more with larger Thai societies. So there's lessons that can be learned from that. But the key thing would be to just to live locally, to interact with those in your community and try to create some kind, doesn't have to be necessarily religion, but some kind of common practices that bring you together, bind you together, where you can exchange ideas.
Mainly it would be maximizing freedom. To me means like limiting the ways in which people don't have choices to choose for themselves. So of course education is probably the #1 factor for that, as well as people's own like self-understanding, self-conceptualization. And so it's definitely a societal thing that has to happen together. It can't just be one individual saying I am my own thing and I recognize that and I have self-determination, but as a group of people have to be working together and supporting each other. So I think a lot, like I said, comes from education, people kind of changing their understanding of identity or self and seeing that you know, just because someone's Thai or someone's American, that doesn't change any of the basic fundamental human factors of their lives and of their shared experiences. So I think understanding that and continuing to educate people on that and sharing those experiences is maybe a strategy for that. I think also just if people and their governments could de-emphasize identity as such in the socially constructed way, and people could find ways to let go of that and let go of the fear of having to define something by what you're not, constantly in opposition to other people. If you didn't think of yourself in opposition to others, you wouldn't see yourself in conflict with them either.
If people traveled more and opened their minds to things like these, that might help a lot. And like if there's a problem, we should do something about it personally.
Well, the spread of democracy, I think, undiscriminate democracy, or free choice of government. And I'm not, even though I'm American, I'm not opposed to the idea of communism when it's practiced as it's supposed to, or socialism. But I just believe better education. I believe education is the first step to understanding. For example, for climate, I believe that education is the first step in changing anything.
It's not really a big thing you can change. You just have to do your part.
Okay.
And if you do your part and tell other people to do their part, it can step by step get better. But I don't think it's ever going to be 100% good.
Oh, why not?
Because that's not really how the human mind works. Like, you may want it to happen, but someone does this, you want to do this back. Someone does something bad, you want to do something bad to them.
So you don't think your ideal world will ever be possible? Not the Candyland version.
Either one, probably not, but it can get better.
Yeah.
And how would I do that? Maybe make everyone like mindful and Buddhist. I don't know. I mean, I guess I believe in the individual and the power of the individual, and the whole idea that one person makes a difference, and if I just start responding, with more care with people, that other people will start responding with more care, and it's like a chain reaction, and it just keeps on going. Even though the work I do is at a more like mass level to groups of people, in the end, I hope it's the individual that changes.
I have to agree with Adrian. It's to meet people. However, you would have to develop your own ideas and come to a conclusion of your own. Therefore, you can debate that idea and realize your own flaws.
I don't really know how you get there. It's one of the things I kind of struggle with because, you grow up in a democratic sort of society, and then now I live in kind of an autocratic state in Singapore, and they both have their flaws, and they're very self-evident flaws, and they both have their pros. I don't know how you make a happy medium out of the two because they're polar opposites, so there is no happy medium. So the how do you get there is something that I think no one really has a good answer for, and anyone that thinks they do, I think, are kind of full of themselves.
And so you don't have any strategies to get there?
No, I don't think that's possible.
Okay.